All right, welcome back everyone for a playthrough of Freshwater Fly, a game about fly fishing. I don't know of any other board game about theme of fly fishing. We've got plenty of farming games and exploration games and fighting games, but you'll be hard-pressed to find a fly fishing game, which is why I got it in the first place. And it has a nice little solo mode, a solo campaign that you play over the three different sort of scenarios. I've printed this page out of the rule book because you can't actually write on the page in the rule book. You need the glossy paper doesn't work. So you've got these 4 scenarios, and you can play over 7 days. So basically, you have to win all 4 before you lose 4. So you can lose 3. And then there's upgrades you can earn based on the number of fish, whether you catch the big one, all these different challenges. And you can upgrade your gear, your starting resources, and so on. So nice little progression system. It flows really smoothly, as you'll see. I'm not going to explain too much about rules. I'll just jump right into playing. But I do want to just make a few comments about setup. So the final, when you set up the solo scenarios, you'll reference this diagram here for where you deal out the rock cards. At the first, you start with 1 rock card per deck, so that's as many as you deal, but those are the rock placements. You fill out all the other spaces with fish cards, and I put a rock card, an unused one, on top of the fish deck, just because I think seeing what's coming next is actually kind of a advantage. So I don't want to give myself that advantage. And then you take 5 of each color hatch token and put it in a cloth bag, and then put the number on each tile in the lower right of each tile. So there's a bunch with 4 and there's 1 with 5. It will leave you 1 left over, and that one goes here. And so on the solo side of the board, this color token is worth 1 additional point at the end of the game. I think that's it for setup. I mean, the last point of setup is to choose your starting fly, which I'll do in a second after I kind of talk through kind of my strategy and thoughts for this initial layout. And the last thing I'll mention is I did what they recommended, and I used the free star at the beginning to upgrade to take the momentum token, and I took 1A, which is the recommended starting token. So let's have a look at these fish that came out and look at what I score for down here and what the silent angler scores for. So looking at my starting reel, I like brown trout. I get 2 additional points for brown. I get 4 for each set of dolly, cutthroat, and brook. And then I get 5 for 4 unique colored hatch tokens. And over here I get 1. The only one I don't score for is blue, which in this game happens to be the bonus here. So basically, since blue's there, I'm going to score 1 for everything except 2 for white. And so looking out here at the board, there are a lot of browns. There are, let's see, 4 came up. I'm not seeing many of the dolly, cutthroat, brook trifecta. I've only got 2 dollies, no brooks, and no cutthroats. So that's probably not going to be a winning strategy for me. The silent angler in this scenario scores 2 points for every different color hatch token. He scores 3 per pair of same fish. So it doesn't matter what fish. 2 graylings would give him 3 additional points, or 2 coho. And then he scores 1 for every steelhead and 1 for every brown. So basically I want to try to force him, if I can, to not be taking the same fish. And if it's really hard to control what color hatch token he gets. I find there's so many other priorities that's just kind of, you know, good luck or bad luck, but it's out of my control. So, judging by this opening board, I think targeting these brown trouts are a good idea. There are a number of Coho came out, so we've got 3 gold Coho and 1 green. So I think I want to be trying to get those Coho too. I want to win that. I want to have more Coho than him at the end of the game, which also means not letting him, trying to not let him cast into these columns. So what I use in this game to just help me keep track of things are these little cubes. They don't come with the game. You just kind of have to pull something or from another game or your own supplies. And I'm just going to put these on fish that I like. It's a little, maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll get too cluttered. Just as a way, there's a lot going on in this game, and it's just a nice way to keep track of what I want. And then I'm going to use a different color to put fish on, put on the fish that I don't want him to get. So I don't want him to get Coho. I want to get brown and Coho. I don't really care about these rainbows or graylings or dollies. One thing I do need to keep an eye out is I want to try to get a set. So, you know, these browns are all the neutral fish and then the diamond. There's no greens yet. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the Coho here. Yeah, maybe that's what I do. I try to get this Coho because it's a green and it's a Coho. Could work towards that set. Okay, well, let's choose my starting fly. Let's see, we've got some whites here. Whites are worth 2 for me. And I'm going to have another white coming onto the board. Oh, you can't quite see that. The tile next up. I'll try to move it up here. There you go. It's got another white on it. So I could try to pull some whites. Yeah, I think I'm going to do white because I want to get my first fish. I want to try to draw from these rock decks because those will give me skills that will help me. So I'm going to take a white fly. I'll tie a white fly. And I think that's good. So we'll get started. So you roll, the number of dice you roll is the number on the on deck tile. So start with 5. So I roll 5. Not a very good roll. 3 2s, a 3, and a 4. So I get to choose 3, and then I leave 2. In this case, I leave 2. On every other roll, I'm going to be leaving 1. So I leave 2 for the angler. Well, lucky for me, I guess, there's no 5s and there's no 1s, so I don't have to worry about him taking a Coho. I'd really like to get get a fish on the line soon. So I think I'm going to take this 4. So that means I'll cast into the 4th column. And I don't think I want to go for that one right away. I want to I don't want to get bogged down in a big fish. I want to try to catch a skill card and build up some momentum that way. So I'll cast here. There's no white hatch, so I got to drift. So I'll drift onto the brown. And so I use my iPhone to record part of these sessions, but a really essential part of this game, there's a free app you can download which simulates these strike cards. And it just cuts down the amount of shuffling you have to do. So, but I can't use it while I'm recording. So Anyway, I've drifted onto this brown trout. I can draw 2 strike cards, and we got it. All right, so this is now on our line. Place them up here in the neutral card, and let's turn them over. So a 2-drag fish. That's all right. And then we can replace this, the dolly, and now we get to draw one of these rock cards. So we'll take this one. All right, so this means at the end of any round, if I have less fish than any other opponent, I can increase my finesse by 1. So that'll be helpful, I think, because silent angler can pretty much catch a fish around, unless he gets unlucky. So I think that's going to be a good source of finesse for me. And we refill that spot with a fish now that the rock card's gone. So this 4 is gone. Let's head over here to the board. And with the drag of 2, I need to take a hatch token. So with the drag of 2, I really only have one option, but it's a good one. So 3 will give me rotate 1, but now I get to put my drag token onto that fish. So now I don't have to deal with that drag anymore. And we'll go ahead and take one of those 3 2s, and we'll come over here to increase our finesse by 1. All right, not great, not a great roll. That's really the problem, but what can you do? So now the silent angler, he's going to cast into the second column twice. Let's go ahead and shuffle these strike duck. And no. So he drifts up, he lands on the rock, he goes again. So, damn. He got it. That was, bummer. Bad luck. I guess it was 50-50, but still felt like bad luck. So he gets this brown. He also gets discards one of these rock cards. That's kind of the real frustration here. So let's see, where should I keep his cards? I'll move this out of the way. And so he catches the brown, and because it was the second column, according to this little thing up here, he takes a green hatch token, and then we refill these slots. So a brook and a steelhead are replaced here with a dolly. Nothing earth-shattering there. So that was his first thing, and now he goes again. So into the second column. You know, maybe I should have had him take this rock card, because now he could take away all the rock cards in this one go. All right, well, let's see. And he got it. So he got this grayling. And he discards the other rock card. Oh my god. Yeah, I should have maybe protected myself against that. Well, lots of steelheads turned up, so now he takes, there's no green, so he comes around to the white. All right, well, no more rock cards. I'm glad I got one. We are at the end of the round, and I have less fish than him, so I can increase my finesse by 1. I think this will come in handy. I mean, he's already up 2-0 on me. Okay, on to the next round. So we slide the hatch tokens down, and we're now rolling 4 dice. 2 5s, a 3 and a 2. I'm going to put these yellow cubes out here to represent, these are a little more, these steel heads are a little more valuable to the silent angler. Okay, well I get first pick, so I think I want to try to bring in that brown trout. So I need 7, I need a total of 7 to take it. But I think I want to try to plan ahead here a little bit and think about, so I could get there with a 5 and a 2. If I go around 5, I'm going to increase finesse again, leaving me the 3 and the 5. I don't want to leave a 5 for the silent angler. But my white fly is kind of not that valuable anymore, so I want to think about changing the fly. Now if I can grab this momentum tile, I could do that. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to take this 5, and we're going to spend 1 finesse to make it a 4. So we're going to reel 1, 2, 3, 4. So now the brown is in our green zone. There. And we take the momentum token. So we could have changed our fly by spending 1 finesse, but this also cost us 1 finesse, and then what we get to do is we'll get to flip this, and that I like that 3 finesse, that gain 3 finesse side too. Yeah, so that's 1 move. Now we need 3. Well, we've got a 3 here, so we'll take 3 and we will land this brown trout. Take our drag token back, and we will create our column and his column. We're behind so far, but, well, actually, I don't know. I mean, I don't like to keep track of score as I go. It kind of, I don't know, takes the fun out of it a little bit, but that brown trout is worth 4 plus 2 for my bonus, 6, and then the hatch token is worth 2. So I've got 8 points. He has 2 fish, but you know, not right around 8 to 10 points as well. So we're not that far off. Okay, so we're going to take this 5, but before we do that, let's use this momentum tile. So we flip it and return it back, and we're going to change our lure. And I think I would like to change to yellow. I'll change to yellow, and then I will take 5, and we're going to cast into the 5th column. Is that what we're going to do? Onto one of those Coho? Sure. So we'll come on to that Coho there. And shuffle up the strike cards here. Hey, there it is. Wow. All right. So we have a Coho on the line. Gold one too. We'll see. Maybe is it the big one? It is not. So this is 7. The biggest Coho is an 8. That's a big fish. All right, 3 drag. We're going to have to try to get our drag token on there. ASAP. Oh, and there's a cutthroat. That could have been interesting to us, but it's a gold one. I don't think we're going to be able to catch too many more goldfish this game, unless we get pretty lucky. So that's our turn. Now the silent angler casts here onto this, into the second column, onto that steel head. Hopefully he doesn't get that. That's a nice gold steel head. Quite a few points to him, so let's turn up. No. Drifts up. Onto the next one. No. Hey, are we going to get lucky? Ah, did not catch a fish. Fantastic. So, when he doesn't catch a fish, though, he slides up here. But that's very fortunate. Buys us a little time. We got a big fish on the line, so we can use a little more time. End of the round, we still have less fish than him, so we can get another finesse. And we're on to the next round. So let's shuffle tiles down. Kind of cramped here with the camera angles. There you go. All right, and so we're rolling 4 dice. 4, 2, 2, 3. All right, well that 4 looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to take this 4, and so with that, oh, I forgot to grab a yellow for that coho, so it was from this hatch. So we're going to take that 4, and with the 3 drag, we only get 1 advancement, but we can place our drag onto that fish. Now we really only have one choice, because if we took the 3, we'd end up here, and that would bump us back. So we may as well take that 2. I think I'd like to leave the 3 for the angler, because I don't want him casting onto these steel heads. Getting that extra point. So anyway, we get 2. Come around, increase our finesse. And then we have 1 more chance, so we'll take 1 more die, so we'll take another 2 and bring that coho a little closer in. Boy, not getting great rolls here. I don't think I've seen a 6 yet. Now I could be spending finesse to increase my... Do I want to do that? I don't think so. I think these other spots are a little more valuable. So that's my turn. And the angler with that 3 casts here on the rainbow trout. Let's see if he catches it. No. Does he catch the dolly? No. Does he catch the grayling? Oh my God. What are the chances of that? 2 turns in a row with no fish. So he does progress here. So now he got 1 point. Now he gets 3 points. I mean, that's still better than having caught a fish. I mean, if it goes on too long, it's a little bit crazy, but good luck for us. So let's move on to the next turn here. Shuffle down. And we roll. So we are rolling 4 dice again. There we go. That's a nice big roll. 6, 5, 5, 2. All right, so we need, let's see, we need a total of 5, we need 10 to finish out this fish. So we could take these 2 5s and be done with it. But we aren't getting any bonuses that way. none of these additional benefits. The 6 doesn't do as much good. It would land us on the drag, and our drag's already there. This 2 is tempting. We could take the momentum tile, but then we have no way of finishing. We'd have to take two dice to finish it out, and we deprive ourselves of that. Oh, I forgot to take my finesse at the end of that round, so we're actually at the way up at the top. Nice. So I don't think we need that 3 finesse, so let's just take these 2 5s, go around once, bring the coho down, go around twice, and land him. Or her. Look at me gendering that coho. All right. Those are those 2 dice. And now, let's see, we still have the yellow fly attached. I don't like, I mean, the yellow fly, yeah, I don't think we want to keep that. We want to work towards this bonus there. So let's think about changing that. And what would we want to change it to? So it would be nice to maybe pick up a green fish. The greens are not, the green hatch tokens are not very well spaced out here. Gray isn't too bad. I've got grays up here, so I could cast with the 6. I could go onto this coho, then that dolly, and then maybe that brown if I don't land anything, and I'd be guaranteed one of those fish. Gray doesn't score me anything bonus-wise, but yeah, let's change to gray. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do that by spending a finesse. And well, I guess we can't. Oh yeah, no, we can. So we're gonna take this 6. Fortunately, that leaves the 2 for the angler here into that column with those steelheads. So maybe that comes back to bite us. I don't know. But that's what we're going to do. So we're going to cast here. We'll cast onto that coho. And we're going to draw strike cards. So we draw 1. No. Now I could spend a finesse to draw an additional strike card. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll drift onto this. Do I want to go for the dolly, a nice easy fish, or do I want to go up to that big cutthroat maybe? I think I want a nice easy fish, so we're going to go for the dolly. We draw 2. No. All right, well, we're guaranteed. We know this is, and we're going to drift one more time. So I want to go for the big brown or the medium brown. Well, all my talk about nice, easy fish, I'm going to go for that big brown. And there it is. So, let's see, is it the big one? It is not. It is the 6, and the big brown is a 7. All right, and we'll refill here. Ooh, another big coho. See, I kind of wanted to get that Coho. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered if I'd paid for another strike card, because the strike card was the landing card was on the bottom, but that would give me a second Coho to protect if the Silent Anger gets one, and it also was a green, so it would have completed a set. So, well, maybe I'll try for that another turn. And so we were in this column, so we take this gray token, and that's our turn. So the angler casts here. That's steelhead. And does he get it? No. Does he get that steelhead? Yes. All right. So he is in the second column, which is green, no green, but he does take that yellow. And we refill, grayling. That's actually not too bad. The further up this thing he gets, the more valuable the bonus gets, and this way he's also ends up with more fish than me, so I still get that extra finesse at the end of the round, which is right now. So I will take that finesse. This has been a really useful card. Finesse is somewhat hard to come by, but that's been, what, 3 or 4 free finesse. All right, we'll shuffle down. Let's see, we are on turn 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn 5. Yeah, because the angler has 3 fish and 2 turns he didn't get one. So we are rolling 4 dice. Another nice roll. 6, 6, 4, 2. All right, well, this brown has a drag of 2 on it. I'd like to get rid of that. So how do I want to work these dice? I mean, these 6s are great, so I need a total of 5, 10, 15 to land that. I mean, I could get there with, but that doesn't account for drag. So I don't think I can land the fish this turn. But I do want to take those 2 6s. So then the question is, and I'm going to spend a finesse to change one of these to 3, and that'll let me move just 1 spot and place my drag. But then the question is, where do I want the Silent Angler to cast? This column has a Coho in it. It also has a brown trout in it, both of which are valuable. The Coho would tie him. This column is a steelhead. I think I'm going to leave him the 2. All right, so I'm going to take this 4. I'll spend 1 finesse to change it to a 3. And that allows me to move 1 spot. And then I place my drag onto the brown trout. Now I'll take 2 6s. So first time around, I land on the momentum tile. So there's another 3 finesse. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Let me back up here. This 4 slot, the benefit is to place your drag token onto the... So I could spend 4 finesse and just be done with that. Yeah, actually that's what I'm going to do. You'll see why. So I'm going to spend 4 finesse. So I'm just backing up. I'm undoing my first die placement. And so I need to get back up here. So I need to go around this. I need 15. So we're going to take a 6. And that brings us around once. it lands us on the drag token, but it doesn't particularly matter. Where drag token's already there. So we'll take another 6. We'll come around again, and we'll land on the momentum tile. So we can earn back all that momentum we just spent. And then lastly, it's more than we need, but we'll take that 4, and we will land this brown trout. Nice. No real reason to spend this or keep it, so we'll just hang on to it for now. Okay, so then the silent angler casts into the second column. It's his third go around at that steelhead. See if he can finally get it. I don't know, I hope he doesn't. Let's see. No. Grayling. No. Brook. No. Boy, this silent, most of the time I play this silent angler, he's getting a fish every turn. Second column again, he takes this yellow. I mean, he's now got 6 bonus points, but 3 fish would be way worth way more than 6. So, getting kind of lucky here, guys. Hopefully I can pull it out. So, on to the next round. Go ahead and roll 4 dice. 6, 3, 5, 1. All right. Well, we will want to change our lure. So before we do any dice action, we're going to spend this 3 finesse. And we'll come up to 3. We're going to spend 1 and change our lure. So in order to get our set, we don't want to take one of those colors. So that means blue, orange, or green. Blue is giving us +1. Orange and green also give us +1. Are there any fish that look good to us? We want to get some green fish. That coho is just kind of sitting there. Oh, end of the round, I forgot. We get a finesse at the end of last round. Let's see. I don't want him to get that coho. I'd like to get that coho there. If I don't get that one, we can... So maybe green is my play. Yeah, so we'll change our lure to a green. And take another shot. We're going to cast up here into this 6th column. Take another shot at that coho. So let's see if we land him. No. I'm going to spend the finesse to draw another strike card. It gives me a good chance to get this coho, but then when I drift down, I'm going to land on this dolly and I can draw the last 2. So it's basically guaranteeing me one of those 2. I could spend a finesse and move a hatch token, so I could move this green up here and then be getting this column as well. But so it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But I'd rather have that additional chance to get that coho. We didn't get him. All right. Bummer. All right. Well, there's going to this dolly. We draw 2, and there it was. It's the 3rd strike card. So we have a dolly on the line. We grab this green. This should be very easy. Yeah, he's only worth 1 point. No drag. So hopefully we get him in real quick. So we spent 6. We can get him in with a 5. We've got it. I think we may as well just do that. Yeah, let's do it. I'll see what I'm thinking about here. So 5, bring that around, and we land ourselves a green dolly, but that's okay. Completed one of the sets of green, silver, gold. We also got a dolly, which if we get a cutthroat and a brook, it's worth a set to us. So who knows? There are some brooks and cutthroats out there now, so maybe we work towards that. So we do have one more choice here. There's a 3 and a 1. And do I care? So I have my green lure. There's greens in the 3s. There's nothing in the 1s. I don't really like either of these, to be honest with you, for a cast. So maybe we increase our finesse this turn. We got our set of 4, so we can't get a second set of 4. So over here, because the max unless we got 8 fish. But even then, I think we should be prioritizing different things. So actually, it might be worth prioritizing this cutthroat and brook. So we've got a brook trout here. Got a cutthroat there. We have another green brook there. Ooh, that could be... Because we've got 2 goldfish already, so I don't know, we might want to pass on that cutthroat and see if another one turns up. But this green one, we've got this silver brown. We are going to change the lure. We're going to change it to blue. Change the lure to blue for next turn. But then we're just going to take this one and get 2 finesse. Just kind of pass on doing anything this turn. So that means the angler casts into column 3 onto that gold rainbow. And does not land the rainbow. Does not land the dolly. He lands this grayling. So he already has 1 grayling, so that gives him his pair bonus. 3rd column is gray, so he takes this gray. And he now has 5 fish to our 4. Ooh, there's a green cutthroat. All right. On to the next round. So we slide down. So the reason I went to blue is I saw these blue tokens are going to be coming up. And also here, my hope is to cast again into the 6th column, go for this coho again. If I don't get it, go to that brook. So that's what I hope. See what the dice allow me to do. Oops. Oh, we got a 6. Nice high roll. 6, 5, 4, 4. Okay. Forgot at the end of the last round, he has 5 to my 4, so I get another finesse. Back up to 4. Okay, well, we're going to take that 6 and we're going to cast onto that coho. Third time's a charm. And we do have finesse to use, so I'm going to use one. If I don't land it, if I don't get it right away, I'm going to use a finesse to draw an additional card. because I want to make sure I get one of these. So we're going to spend 1 finesse and draw a second time. No. It's an elusive coho. Okay, well, we get the last 2 for drifting, and there it is. I suppose I could have just keep paying for strike cards, but I don't know, that's a slippery slope. And I'm sort of happy with either of those. All right, well, we get another easy fish. We should land it this turn. There's another gold cutthroat. Wow. Tempting, tempting. Okay, well, Brook, it's only worth 1, but there's no drag, so we will be able to land it this turn. We could land it with one of these 4s even, because if we come into that spot, oh, I forgot to take my blue thing, we just bump forward. So, looking ahead, what do I want to do after this? My lure is somewhat useless now. I don't, so I'll need to spend a finesse to change my lure. I could change to gray. If I change to gray, I could cast with a 5 into this column, drift here, drift again, and then gray is in both there, so I could be guaranteed to get something here. Maybe go for that cutthroat. Go for the brown and the cutthroat. So I'll leave myself the 5, and I'm going to take this 4, so it comes around here and bumps us right up. We land ourselves a brook trout. So now we actually kind of really want to get a cutthroat, because I've got some of these easy fish, and I want to complete that set. It'd also be nice to get this brown to get a second set of 3. So if I can get this brown and then any of the other cutthroats, that's 7 fish. 2 turns, might be able to do it. So I think realistically, I'm not going to be able to do those gold cutthroats, so we might want to get those 2 fish. So let's see if we can do it. So we decrease our finesse by 1 to change to a gray lure. And then we use the 5, cast into the 5th column. Can't draw any cards. We drift here onto this brown, and we are drawing 2. So I'm happy to catch this fish. He talks himself into it. I would like to catch another fish, please. No. Yes. All right. So we get ourselves a nice silver neutral difficulty, I think they call it. Brown trout. Steelheads are worth more to him. Go ahead and put that there. Although I am giving him that column with this 4. Oh well. Better this one than this one. I could have taken the 4 and spent a finesse to increase it to 5 for my cast last turn. But this, if I let him go into this column, they're all goldfish. So at least here's a chance he gets a cheapo grayling. Right, so then we need to take a silver hatch. I don't love the silver because it's not worth anything to us, but the fish is worth more than the hatch thing, hatch token. So Silent Angler here casts onto the grayling, and we would really love for him to catch this fish. The worst thing that could happen here is that he catches that coho. And I'd say that, and that's what's going to happen. All right, well, let's see. Grayling, no. Steelhead, no. Oh, no. Oh my God, it didn't happen. This silent angler is, I mean, now he's getting 10 bonus points, but I think that Coho could have been worth it more to him because he would have tied me and he would have got those points. So, yeah. Okay, end of the round. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5. This is a subpar showing by the silent angler. If we don't win this handily, there's something wrong. Okay, so slide on down. And now this is the, we're back up to, can't see it, this is the 5 tile again. So now we're back to rolling 5 dice. Pretty good roll, 6, 5, 4, 4, 2. So my last 2 fish, I should be able to catch 2 fish unless he gets 2 this turn, which is very possible, actually. He could close me out. But if I do catch another fish, I want to get that cutthroat there. And the only option is a white, unless I move an orange in there. Could move the gray. That all requires spending finesse. So the reason I'm kind of doing this is, do I want to, right now I need to get around twice, which is 5. He has a drag of 1, so every die would be subtract 1. So if I took the 6 and the 5 and made that a 6, I could finish. It cost me 1 finesse to do that. That would give me 1 more cast to try to get something on the line. I could cast into, use a 4. I want that cutthroat here though, and there's no gray, so I'm then looking at, can I change my fly? Problem is I'm definitely not going to be able to land that fish this turn. So maybe there's not even a point in trying to get it on the line. And we instead, maybe we focus on getting maybe some of these bonuses. If that's even possible. Yeah. And then it's just, what are we leaving the silent angler? Maybe that's the most important. What I don't want to leave him the 5. That's this column. I don't particularly want to give him another shot at a Coho. So that means no 4s. So if we went 5, 4, 4, it's giving him the 6, which is the easy Coho. Doesn't look like there's a, so 2 is safe. We'll give him the 2. Now I'm just looking at Cohos. Well, there's not a safe one. So all of these other have Coho in them. Well, if it came down to it, I'd rather him get the gold Coho, the green Coho. So maybe we let him have the 6. And we work with these. So if we worked with those, let's see, we're doing 4, minus 1 is 3, so we get a finesse. We do 4, minus 1 is 1, 2, 3, then we get drag on the line, or we do 5, we get the token. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll take a 4, we'll go 3, because of the drag, we'll get a finesse. And then we'll take a 5, and we'll take 4, because of the finesse. We'll go because of the drag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab this momentum token. Ooh. And then we'll take 4 minus 1. Oh, this moved down, and we've landed ourselves a brown trout. All right, that's good. It completes us a second set of the threesome. And now, actually, we has an opportunity here to maybe mess with the, yeah, let's do it. Let's spend a finesse to change our lure. We're going to change to blue. And then we're going to spend this momentum token to cast into the 6th column. We're going to cast right onto that coho and hopefully steal it from him. I mean, he might catch 2 fish and end the game this turn, but if he doesn't, then I'm guaranteeing myself, if I can get that coho on the line, I'm preventing him from getting it, unless, you know, there's a coho next up. So, let's see. No. Well, we're going to spend a finesse. No. We're going to spend one more. No. Oh my God. All right, well, it was the last one. Jesus, that coho eluded us all game. Well, we do drift, and there's blue here, so we will get something on the line. We may as well grab one of these cutthroat, so we'll take this middle one. And, ooh, that's the big one. So, who knows if this game goes one more turn. Maybe we can land ourselves the big one, and that, you know, here in the guidebook challenge, if we can catch that, it'll give us a star, free upgrade. All right, well, let's see what the angler does. Let's rip the Band-Aid off here real quick, see if he gets that coho or not. No, not the dolly. Does he get the coho? Yes, God. Oh no. Hopefully that doesn't tip the game to him. What color does he take? 6 is white. And he's going to take that blue. All right. And the rainbow. Oh, man. And then with his 2, he casts into the 2nd row. So if he catches this fish, it's game over. Catches one, he has a good chance he's going to do it. So steelhead, no. Grayling, yes. All right. So he has caught his 7th fish. 2nd column is a green, yellow, orange. All right. So he's caught his 7th fish, which means we add up the scores. Have we done enough? I don't know. That coho, that may have tipped the game to him. We'll see. So I'm going to go ahead add up the scores and come back with the total, so you don't have to listen to me do mental math. All right. Well, it was close. And I lost. I lost by 4. So Silent Angler scored 48. And I scored 44. So in fact, that coho did swing the game for me, because that would have been 6 more points if I'd even just got it on the line. And I would have scored 50 to his 48. There were, I don't know, a couple other, if I'd caught this cutthroat, that would have definitely won the game for me. But there was no chance of me catching that. in the one place he really got me, he managed to get each color, all one of each of the 6 colors of hatch token, and he gets 2 points for every unique kind. So we got 12 points out of that. So I got 5 points from my hatch token, so that was 7 right there. That swung the game. This bonus really helped him, but I think all in all that sort of was neutral. I think I benefited from that as well. You know, I did pretty well in the browns. I got 3 browns. That was worth 6 additional points for me. I got 2 sets of 3. That was worth another 6 points. He was first to 7, so he got 2 points that way. So it was really close. I think I was right to be going for that Coho as much as I did, and I just never got it. So maybe earlier in the game, you know, since I was really behind in working towards the kind of Brook Dolly Cutthroat set, maybe I should have just not done that and really spent a lot of finesse in drawing more strike cards to try to get that Coho to protect my lead there. I don't know. So I lost my first game, so let's update this little chart here. So my score was a measly 44, and he scored a whopping 48. And then let's go ahead and update here. So I didn't catch any steelhead. I caught 1 dolly, caught 1 brook, I caught 3 browns, most of the way to my star, and I caught 1 coho. Is that right? Yep, that's 6. I did not catch any of the big ones. I had the big cutthroat on the lines, but I didn't land him. So balance fishing, yeah, so I got 2 in each of these columns. And bonus hatch tokens, so that means if I collect the bonus from this, so I did 1 of those. Yeah, so I didn't get any upgrades, but hopefully next turn, or next time around, maybe I get that brown, maybe catch a big one, get some bonuses. So, thanks for joining me to watch me lose to the silent angler. But I'll be shooting playthroughs of all these this whole series of as I work my way through. Started in the Crooked Fork as we work our way through this campaign. So join me, and until then, happy gaming.